Greetings, our viewers and listeners. Welcome to this special interview. Today we are honored to have with us Monsignor Filipe Fabiane, the Secretary to the Papal Nuncio to Zimbabwe, who has recently received a new mission in Paraguay. As a key figure in the diplomatic and spiritual mission of the Church in Zimbabwe, Monsignor Fabiane has played a vital role in fostering relationships between the Vatican and the local church here in Zimbabwe. Over the years, he has witnessed significant developments within the church and society and has undoubtedly built lasting connections with the people in Zimbabwe. In this conversation, we will take the opportunity to reflect on Monsignor Fabiane's journey here in Zimbabwe, to hear about the impactful moments of his mission and gain insights into the lessons he carries as he prepares for his new mission in Paraguay. Monsignor, thank you for joining us today and greetings.
Greetings to you, Father. Greetings to SOCCOM, Zimbabwe, and greetings to all those who are joining us in this occasion, in this interview.
Thank you, Monsignor. When did your assignment here in Zimbabwe begin, and what were your expectations upon your arrival here in Zimbabwe?
Actually, there is a certain history that precedes that appointment. I was ordained as a diocesan priest in my diocese in Brazil in 2012. And after 3 years serving a parish, my bishop sent me to studies in Rome, in canon law. I started the studies, I completed my license, but when I was finishing the license, I received an invitation from the Pontifical Academy in Rome, who prepares some priests all over the world to serve in the apostolic nunciatures around the world and to serve in the diplomatic service of the Holy See. So we have this special preparation in Rome, in this Pontifical Academy, and I started this journey there. Actually, I was supposed to return to my diocese after concluding my studies, but I received this invitation and I took this direction. When I finished the studies and I completed my doctorate in canon law, I received my first appointment to the diplomatic service of the Holy See. And the first appointment, actually, it was Zimbabwe. It was a surprise for me, and something completely different, because I had no idea, absolutely no idea about Africa, about the countries of Africa. So I started this journey to discover where is Zimbabwe, where is located Zimbabwe, and about the reality of the country. And I definitely came on 23 of July 2021. So now I am completing over 3 years, 3 years and a half of service of the church here in Zimbabwe.
Indeed, we are a blessed church to have you while you are still fresh in your diplomatic assignments. How do you explain your experience here in Zimbabwe? Are there any specific challenges or rewarding moments in your experience?
Well, since I arrived in Zimbabwe, actually I noticed a very good and welcoming country. So it facilitated actually my mission, because the country is good, peaceful, the people is kind, polite, friendly, so it makes easy, especially because our mission is to make these relationships, to get in contact with the people, to get in contact with the church as well. So since the people is welcoming and friendly, all things started to be more easy. Of course, I had some challenges, initial challenges, About the language, I was not so fluent. So fluent in English like I am now. So the first struggle it was about the language, English, but I could slow to master a bit more, or at least to communicate a bit better in this language of the country. Also, other struggles it was to have the knowledge about the reality of the country. It was represented for me a challenge to understand the culture, to understand the expressions of the faith of the people here in Zimbabwe. I could, time to time, slow and slow, know the dioceses, joining the nuncio in the trips throughout the diocese. I could understand a bit better how the church is journeying here in the country, and especially joining in big celebrations. It was a good moment to understand the expressions of the church here, and reading about, receiving information. I could also understand what is the evangelization and the very good qualities that this church have in this country, and the good values that it has been promoted, and the very good and excellent activities that has been put in place in so many places, in so many missions, by so many institutions that they are doing so good for this place, for this country as well, no?
Monsignor, you spoke about the quality of the church here in Zimbabwe. You indicated also that you had the privilege to travel around the country with the nuncio, meeting different people and the like. Are there any particular experiences you have had that have left a lasting impression in you? It could be a certain quality, a certain aspect of our liturgy here in Zimbabwe. It could be something about our culture. It could be a song that you remember that leaves a lasting impression in you. If you can share that with us.
Well, I cannot speak about a single moment or a single song or a single encounter or a single, but I can say that everything, every moment could impress me in a certain way. Because every single moment, celebration, or they had their relevance, in this experience that I had here. And I can say that the liturgy, especially, even if I can't understand very well, because it was my failure that I could not study or understand at least some Shona or some in the valley. But even though I can say that yes, the liturgy, it's very lively, and the people is very not just committed, but they are participating very well of the liturgies and of the life of the church as well. We have so many people committed that when they are supposed to prepare something, they really put the hearts on the thing for the church and for the life of the church. That is very beautiful. And talking about the liturgy as well, I think that is something that is very impressive here. For instance, the songs, and the way as the choir sings the songs. Because sometimes we can see in other places the choirs that are a bit apart from the people.
Oh, okay.
But here we can see the place of the choir just in the middle of the people.
Wow.
Leading the singing of the assembly, For me it's very special because it's concretizing, it is making a reality what the Second Vatican Council proposed about the active participation of the faithful in the liturgy. It's a very good expression. How the people join in the song with the choir, how the people also is united in singing, in dancing, and really is participating actively in the liturgy. So it's a very good expression. And other moments of expressions of faith, processions, gatherings. We can see that really the church is alive, and thanks God is growing more and more here, and I hope that they can grow more and more, even if the numbers are not revealing a very good growing. But we can see that the church really is alive. No?
Oh, thank you for seeing life in us. Monsignor, as you prepare for your new mission in Paraguay, what are your expectations there in Paraguay? And before you leave for Paraguay, what are the things that you'd say have shaped you, experience-wise, the experiences you have had here in Zimbabwe that have shaped you for this new mission? Your expectations when you go to Paraguay, and what has shaped you here in Zimbabwe to embrace this new mission?
Actually, it's interesting because the shift, the movement is complete. Actually, there is something completely different that is waiting for me there, because I know that the church in Latin America is completely different from what we can see here in Africa. But there is something in common that is this involvement, this capacity of the people, especially the lay faithful, to get involved with the life of the church here and in Latin America as well. Now I know that my expectations are big, because even if I am from Brazil, the neighboring country, but I don't know exactly anything about Paraguay. So everything it will be new. So my expectation, first of all, my feeling, it's this humility to go and to learn with the reality, to learn with the church, and to start to understand the same path that I started here. Arriving in a different house, to understand how the people of that house is living. So I should start again, and with this humility to enter there in the reality and start to understand how the church is living there, how the church is making these steps forward. That is my main reason to expect.
Oh, wonderful. Monsignor, as you leave, as you say goodbye, usually goodbyes are not so good. Somebody used to say a goodbye is a half death. You feel like something is dying. Definitely the church in Zimbabwe will miss you for your calmness, your humility. What message would you leave for the Catholic Church in Zimbabwe, and what message would you leave for the whole of Zimbabwe as a nation?
Well, you know that the mission, our mission here as Apostolic Nunciature, is to represent the Holy Father. The Apostolic Nuncio is representing the Holy Father here, confirming the brothers in the faith, brothers and sisters. I know that there is a very important presence, and the Nuncio will remain here, so it's very good that the Church continue to receive and welcome the words of the Nuncio and the message of the Apostolic Nuncio. But I could say that my main message is that the Church is alive in the dioceses. The Church go ahead and subsists in the diocese that they are led by the bishops as they are shepherds. So my message is that we should welcome and take heed to the words of the bishops. Walk together, journey together with the bishops as the shepherds of the people of God, and also as well with the priests. It's a very good message that I could say. The people to pray and to join with the bishops in the same way, in the same path. That is very special. And of course, the mission of the church is making the steps forward with the new priests that are arriving, new religious, new vocations. So it's very important to pray for the vocations, to promote the vocations, and to unite all the faithful for the good of the church, for the progress of the evangelization, and for the sake of the mission of this church that we are representing here.
Thank you so much, Monsignor Fabiane. Wishing you a safe travel as you go. As the church in Zimbabwe, we will definitely pray for you. Wishing you all the best in this ministry. In Shona, when we are bidding farewell to someone, we say Mufambe Jaganaka, and then they respond Musare Jaganaka. So, Father, Mufambe Jaganaka.
Musare Jaganaka.
Thank you so much. Have a good show, Father.
Okay.
Thank you. For myself, Father Metulilanele Moyo, Father Johnson Lambo behind the scenes, and the whole social communications crew at the Zimbabwe Catholic Bishops Conference, ZCBC, social communications at the Africa Synod House in Harare. Thank you for viewing. Join us next time.
Welcome, dear friends of Father Filipe Fabiane, dear Excellencies, Ambassadors, Securus, Reverend Fathers, priests, religious sisters, brothers, dear friends of the family of this Nunciator. Allow me, first of all, to convey to each one of you my personal gratitude for your presence here and for your personal kindness to Father Filipe, for working and having friendly relationship with him in the last 3 years and a half, something even more. Dear Father Filipe, this reception is meant to be a special moment of togetherness with your friends and colleagues, with all those who interacted with you and accompanied you during your stay here in Harare. I wish to take this opportunity to officially recognize your work and pay tribute to all your priestly and missionary concerns, as well as your professional dedication during your tenure at this Apostolic Nunciature. Above all, I think it is important to mention your personal engagement in matters concerning the Vatican, the Pontifical Mission Society's work, all those aid organizations. Your contact with the Vatican offices in view of the preparation of numerous papal blessings. Your contact with the Italian consulate in Harare to facilitate the obtaining of Italian visa. And finally, your thoughtful attention to matters concerning the administration of the Nunciature. All this was well attended by you, dear Father Filipe, and received truly professional attention. Now, it's time for you to move, to go to a new place, new country, new experience in Paraguay. It's for you something very close. It's the closest capital, the closest country to your place of origin, to your home. It's just 700 kilometers from your home, the capital Asunción of Paraguay. I was just thinking about, can we compare Paraguay to Zimbabwe? What are the similarities? The landlocked country, Zimbabwe, Paraguay. What else? Nothing? No, this is territory. Iguazu. Yeah, but what is Zimbabwe, Paraguay? No. You have the falls, yeah, Iguazu, and here Victoria Falls. Yes, you are right. What else? The area, the territory of Zimbabwe and Paraguay is more or less the same. Paraguay has roughly over 400,000 square kilometers. Zimbabwe has 390,000 square kilometers. What else? What we can do we have Jesuits here? Yes. So is the first evangelization, the mission, started in Paraguay and here in Zimbabwe done by the Jesuits. You have, if you know the historically speaking, the mission of the Paraguay. They were the best, extremely important missions in South America. So you had those, the movie, The Mission. It's beautiful music of Ennio Morricone. This is from the Paraguay. So this is the beginning. What else? What we can have? What kind of similarity?
Salsa.
I don't think that you have salsa. So it's the same issue that you have. The language that you are using as the first is Guarani. Then is Spanish. Spanish is well spoken, but you have the local language Guarani. So here you have Shona is the most widely spoken. You have Ndebele in other languages. So, but what else? Do we have something more?
Good people.
Good people, yes. Yes. What else? You know that I was thinking about even this one. The really vibrant, dynamic Catholic population in Zimbabwe and in Paraguay. What is the difference? That in Zimbabwe, the Catholics are a little bit less than 9% of total population. Of close to 17 million people, it depends how to count and where to read about the numbers. No? In Paraguay, instead, you have close to 90%. Wow. So from the minority of the Catholic population to majority of the Catholic population in the country, close to 90%. You have here, 16, close to 17 million. In Paraguay is only population of 6 million something. And imagine, here we have the capital town of Harare. It's the metropolitan town is close to 2 million. Asunción is more or less the same. But think that in Asunción, in the sort of metropolitan town city of Asunción, you have more Catholics than in entire Zimbabwe. So those are kind of similarities. What is more is the importance of agriculture. In Zimbabwe is extremely important, in Paraguay as well. So the agriculture, they have excellent soil and they can produce a lot, and they do produce. Here in Zimbabwe we hope to produce more. The capacity, electrical, the power station or hydro energy in Paraguay, imagine that have excellent water, so they can produce it's 60, almost 5 billion, whatever this is the capacity. I will tell you 63 billion kilowatt hours, and the consumption in the country is only 15. So they have 50 billion more they can sell and they can make money of the power hydro energy. So here in Zimbabwe we have good water. That is something that more can be done. So what else? The similarities. I think that one is something that what for me strikes me this is similar, but is the other hand different. That you have flat territory. Only here we have the mountains, and the Paraguay is flat territory. But this is almost the sea level is a little bit above sea level, but it's flat territory. So the question of the territory is similar. The difference that we have here, plenty of rocks, stones. And the name of Zimbabwe is the house of stone, of venerated houses. So the stone, I think that you will bring in your heart, Father, going to Paraguay. Because is this one something that venerated houses and even devotion of the people, really devoted people here, and you will go and you will find people there. They have plenty of water. So Paraguay, the name of the Paraguay is one of the term is river which gives birth to the sea. They have much more water than what we have here. And the water is something that for them that gives life. And this one we are now expecting. So somehow we are complaining about rain, but it's good that we have rain and this season and even today. So look, there are some issues that we can compare about the life. So you go to vibrant Catholic community in Paraguay. And I think that what is important, always your personal experience here, even in Zimbabwe. So it's experience of life. This is the experience of meeting people. This is the experience of learning out of those meetings with the people that can become a treasure for you. Going to Paraguay, you must be a treasure. You must become this kind of hope for the people. And I think that the time that you spent here in Zimbabwe could give you this kind of chance to learn, to deepen your faith, to deepen your vocation, even your experiences as a priest, as a diplomat of the Holy See. So you need more experience. So you go to Paraguay to learn more, to know and to learn from the people in Paraguay about the faith and how to communicate the faith, to walk with the people, to be really the pilgrim of faith with the people of Paraguay. Look, okay, I have some more the things that I wrote, but I want to end. And I was thinking that going from the Zimbabwe, it's always good to have some memories of the people, which is extremely important, but the memories of the beauty of some kind of nature. So this is the cheetah, which is the fastest, so you must run. You really have the place to run. But this is beautiful, the cheetah, the animal from Zimbabwe, and this is the beauty of the country. So you have some kind of even stone, rocks, and the village from Zimbabwe. So this will always go with you. This will be kind of material memories in your heart. So this is always important, the spiritual, so the memories, so you will be having in mind the meeting with the people and those paintings that will accompany you in your pastoral diplomatic work. And I hope that this will be some kind of connection with the people of Zimbabwe, with all of us here. So thank you once more for your great time here in Zimbabwe, and may God bless you abundantly, and may God bless all of you here present. Thank you. You can put there.
And apparently the rains will disturb my speech, so I promise to be really brief. So, Your Excellency, the Apostolic Nuncio, Your Excellencies, I told Your Excellencies, Lordships and Graces, Bishops of Zimbabwe, Excellencies Ambassadors, other members of the Diplomatic Corps, priests and religious, distinguished guests, and my dear brothers and sisters, dear friends. My mission in Zimbabwe started on 23 July 2021. This is the day that I arrived here. Just a few days after the end of my preparation for the diplomatic service in the Pontifical Academy in Rome. It was the 1st of July, when our superior announced in the Pauline Chapel to me and my colleagues our destination. It was in the Apostolic Palace in Vatican when we have the announcement. I confess that when I got my appointment to Zimbabwe, I left the chapel, and the first thing it was to collect my cell phone and to see in the Google Maps where Zimbabwe. And it was also normal that by that moment I had some concerns and even some fears about Zimbabwe, because unfortunately the image outside of Africa about this continent is a continent where is present hungry, violence, war, conflicts, infectious diseases like malaria and all these things. But these fears I could overcome one by one in the following days when I was receiving some information about the country. And I can see that I'm really fortunate about my first appointment. Zimbabwe, no wars, no conflicts, no serious problems of violence, a certain prosperity, a climate and a geographical position that leaves malaria out and other diseases out also. And they're very especially good, polite and friendly people. That is enriching me very much. Also, fear and concerns overcome, naturally. I had other challenges to face. First of all, the language. When I come here, I had some good notions of English, but I started to hear the people like they was telling, but it was like undistinguished rumors, no? But patiently, and also thanks to your patience in hearing my speeches and my homilies, I could feel more confident now. Another concern, actually, it was my preparation and expertise to the office's work. Actually, my formation as a priest, it was to be a shepherd of souls. It was not to work in the office. But even if I had studied in Rome for the diplomatic service, I was feeling that was not completely ready. But thanks to the patience of Archbishop Paolo Rudelli, my first nuncio, and I am very grateful to him, I could overcome the first difficulties and thank God to develop for the good of the church some of my abilities during these years. A last struggle, it was also understand the church in Zimbabwe. Okay, it's the same Catholic Church present all over the world, but here is particularly linked to the history and the culture of the peoples that are living here. And here the patience was mine, because I started to read several publications, some books, to understand, and I could visit the dioceses, joining the nuncio, and I stayed patiently participating on the big celebrations, 4 or 5 hours. And it gave me a good view of the riches of the mission, of the presence of this church in Zimbabwe. Here, I should also admit that I failed in parts, because I recognize that I could learn at least some Shona, or some words in the bed or something like that, but I didn't do. Okay, it's my fault. Maybe I also failed in seeking more interactions with the people, some pastoral activity to stay in the middle, but it was part of the process. But I could also tell about the struggle that was meet several persons of so different origins. And you can see today, here we are so from different places. But I prefer to say that it was a beautiful richness, the friendship that I could share with you, and the very pleasant moments that I had with all of you.
For all these reasons, I am very happy and grateful for these years lived in Zimbabwe. I am grateful for what I could see, what I could feel, what I could learn and do during this time. When I was invited to join in the diplomatic service, I was in a doubt, even if I could choose the service of the Holy See or turn back to my diocese of origin. But some of my brothers priests said, go ahead, take heart. It is a very good opportunity to know the church in so many different places, cultures, expressions. And now I can confirm that my brothers were right. The mission at the service of the Holy See is fascinating by everything that it can offer us and by all these rich experiences that we can live. I really miss the pastoral work, it is true. But I can say that my silent and patient work in the office is something that someone must do, and it was mine. And I know that the bureaucratic service is also important for the life of the church. Charity is often discreet, silent, and I thank God for the good that I could do in front of my computers and handling my business. So I would like to express my gratitude to all of you that were part of my journey here. First of all, His Excellence, kind and patient with me, and the sisters that joined here, the Annunciature, the personnel of this house, my vote of thanks, all the representatives of the church that with whom I interacted with in these years, to the bishops, some service we do for the church, and I hope that my small contribution could help for the local churches, the dioceses, to go ahead. It's very small, but I could do something for the good of the church here. So finally, a personal touch in my speech. When the Pope John Paul II visited Brazil for the first time in 1980, before his departure, he expressed, and I quote in Portuguese, "No Brasil, aprendi que quem parte leva saudades." What I could translate in a very imperfect way, the Pope said. In Brazil, I learned that whoever lives will miss something, but also will leave something. Actually, the meaning of the word saudade goes beyond a certain nostalgia. The Pope was trying to say that whoever lives brings something to other places in the heart, but also leaves something good, some good feelings in the hearts of the people. Last year, I went to the Palm Sunday at the chapel of Emerald Hill School, and I saw in the notice board of the chapel a publication entitled "A former Emerald Hill boy appointed nuncio to Paraguay." Okay, they were telling about Archbishop Vincenzo Torturro, who is waiting for me in Paraguay now. And actually he left Zimbabwe long time ago, 2012. But they were referring to him as a former Emerald boy. So it means that something very good stayed in the hearts of the people of that community. And as I am bringing so many good memories and experiences, I also hope that something good remains about me here in the country, but also in your hearts also. I also hope that you can keep me in your friendships list actually, and also in your prayers. Many thanks. Tatenda, Japonga, Sarai, Shakanaka, stay well.
So please,
Now,
yeah,
please
we
you
can
stay
hopefully
from
to have something.
Danke,
always ready. Thank you so much.
Yes. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. No, I'm not. I got it somewhere. I gave it to him.